fun on my morning runs. There's so much to see in Golden Gate Park. Great museums and art everywhere. Botanical gardens, there's even buffalo. But I did have to resist being a tourist and get into an actual routine.
I am officially 3 weeks on the road and back where I started.
I discovered there were about a half a dozen cafes in the Richmond that were kind of set up for digital nomad work. I found Royal Ground was my spot. The main thing I was working on was a book for the Atlantic Street Center in Seattle, their 115th year anniversary book, with a full-color interior and exterior. I was trying to balance my very real need to make money with the temptation of actually seeing San Francisco, so being out while I was working actually worked pretty well for me. During one of my morning runs, I decided to go across the Golden Gate Bridge again. The half marathon 3 weeks earlier was the first time I'd ever crossed it, so I wanted to try it without all the people. It was a lot quieter. But there was still a lot of fog socked in around the bay, which kept it cool. On the Marin side, I actually caught the Tamalpais Outrigger Canoe Club in Sausalito on their annual Kula Anela race. I'm sure I've pronounced that wrong, but it was very cool. I love outrigger canoes. Even though I ran a full 7 miles, I feel like the time I spent watching them was the most exhausting. It was amazing how hard they had to work just to get into the lineup. Despite the fog that day, it was easy to see that it was going to clear up. It's kind of how summers are in San Francisco. There's often a low bank of fog just lingering around the bridge.
A gorgeous week. I mean, seriously, beautiful every day. Every single morning, I've got sun. I'm very lucky.
On one of my get out of the house days, I ended up at Zatuna for a lunch that was unexpected. The decor is simple and beautiful, and those birds really spoke to me. I was doing good staying on a budget, so eating out was not a daily event.
It was wonderful food here.
But the falafel wrap was amazing. Oh my god, so worth it. And I had so much left over for another meal. And the owners gave me a free dessert. I mean, it was just amazing. They spoiled me. I did try to make a life for myself outside of work, and that of course included Lost Marbles. Just down the street, I ran into this really great ceramic studio where I know my friend has made many gorgeous works of pottery. I liked having Lost Marbles as my cheers. Not that they really remember my name, but they kind of recognize me. Like the place that I would just kind of go and sit and hang out. This time I brought a new atlas, and I was planning my route across country. I only had a few days left, and I was getting very excited. Then I tried something new.
Okay. I'm putting on my seatbelt in the first ever Waymo ride.
Hello from Waymo. Give us 1 minute to cover a few riding tips. This experience may feel futuristic, but the need to buckle up is the same as always. So keep your seatbelt fastened, please. We'll do all the driving, so please don't touch the steering wheel or pedals during your ride. We may use interior cameras, but our microphones are only on when you're connected to rider support. So sing your heart out. We can't hear you.
I like that you can connect to your Spotify.
Nice touch. It's more rhythm and blues. Oh. It's like the roughest ride. I know it's not the car, but Jesus. Gary is toe up. She's gonna see me, call me baby, run her hands through my hair. We're still at Lexus, speed detective, ride around picking up clues. I had to try it just once. Ivan kept raving about the Waymo, and they are everywhere in San Francisco, so it was kind of a must. And it's a splurge. They did give a discount for your first few rides, so when you're in San Francisco, you kind of have to try it. It's like a thing, and before we know it, they'll be everywhere. So might as well get used to that.
Don't forget your phone, keys, or wallet.
It's an absolutely gorgeous day.
No trip to San Francisco would be complete without a stop in my favorite place, which is Japantown. This Tokyo-style mall has kitschy toy stores, and you can zigzag down hallways that have art everywhere and really great restaurants. I was there too early, so most of it wasn't open yet, which is also perfect for me. I love to go take photos. It was weird to see the food court so empty, but again, it was still early in the day. They have all the mochi and udon you could ever want, as well as all kinds of other things I've never seen. Vintage things that I want. Kinokuniya was the real reason I was there. This bookstore is a must for book lovers, but also artists. I've never seen a store that has such a selection. It can be a dangerous place, to be quite honest. Aside from its large selection of Japanese language books, both fiction and nonfiction, the amount of design-focused books is just insane. You can find traditional Japanese art and design, kitschy classics like Hello Kitty, and translated children's books, as well as your typical tourist-related literature for San Francisco specific. There's also really great recipes, cocktails, dumplings, sushi, you name it. They've got it, but it's the art. The art books that you will not find even online sometimes are just remarkable. Both graphic design, traditional fine art, and photography. I recommend spending some real time and bring your wallet. If you love sketchbooks, I mean, it's kind of incredible how many artists have printed sketchbooks that I've never actually seen. There's instructional books for any skill level. I mean, I could totally take up leatherworking in another life. I love discovering books that make you think about things in a slightly different way. I loved the Ruth Asawa display. San Francisco was paying some real attention to her work last year with the MoMA retrospective. For Japanese speakers like my brother, it's a great place to find fiction, but he loves the origami. I mean, who wouldn't, right? They have all these special papers, and just the idea of making paper flowers makes me want to sit down and craft for like 3 days. Above all, this is where you would find the journal, the most unique or specific gift for yourself or for someone else. I have a terrible habit of not keeping a consistent journal, but they even have options for me. I can't foresee myself being able to afford to go to Japan anytime soon, but I needed the cultural fix. I love their architecture, their art, their attention to design and graphics. It is a place that I find very comforting. When I left, I hopped back on the bus and headed to a restaurant called Bento Peak, which has an amazing happy hour that I took advantage of a couple of times during my final days in the city.
Way too much food.
To a certain extent, San Francisco will always feel comfortable enough to create a routine, but I did feel like I was saying goodbye this time. Maybe because before I left, I found myself in Grace Cathedral saying goodbye to someone who was very important in this world. I'll share that story in my next dispatch, but I have been thinking about my own memory and my own longevity. How strange it is to return to a city that once felt like my beginning, knowing this was just the first of many goodbyes. It would mean a lot if you would like and subscribe these videos so that you can follow along as I journey across the United States and Ireland.